Hey, what's up guys, Flick here with my first tutorial video of FIFA 18. Today we'll be diving into a topic which is heavily requested for each new installment of FIFA, that being how to find a regen within career mode. In this tutorial, I'll be going over everything you need to know about regens, including the definition of a regen, as well as a step-by-step strategy that you can use to find regens. If you do find this content to be helpful, make sure to support the video by leaving a like and posting a comment about what player's regen you plan on scouting first. Also, I intend on uploading lots of FIFA 18 tutorials throughout the year, so if you're interested in that sort of content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. A regen can be defined as a player generated by the game to replace a retiring player. The regen in question will be the same position, have the same nationality, and generally play in the same league as the player who retired. Another important fact about regens is that their potential will also be that of the player who retired, and this means that the rating which the retired player peaked at during your save will be roughly equal to the regen's potential. While all of these characteristics cross over from a retired player to a regen, there are some notable qualities which do not necessarily carry over. For example, a regen will have a randomly generated name, height, weight, work rate, preferred foot, weak foot ability, and skill move set. This is worth bringing up because any of you that have done youth scouting know that a poor work rate, weak foot, or inability to perform basic skill moves can ruin even the highest potential players. In order to find the regen of a specific player, you'll want to start by adding the original player to your transfer shortlist. It's worth mentioning that if a player has decided to retire at the end of the season and you haven't already added them to your transfer hub, you'll be met with a message saying cannot approach a retiring player when you view them via search. In this case, I add the player to a running list of players that will be retiring and note the season that they do retire. However, if you add a player to your shortlist before they announce their retirement, you can still view their status. In this save, I'm nearing the end of the 2021-2022 season, and upon checking my shortlist, I can see that Cristiano Ronaldo will be retiring at the end of the season. To reiterate, this is the most crucial step in the entire process, so make sure you regularly check your shortlist to confirm the season that the original player plans on retiring. I would recommend making a note of the player's name, their nationality, their league, as well as their primary and secondary positions because you'll need this information later. Before advancing to the next season, I would also advise creating a separate save so that you can access this point of your career mode at a later date. Once you perform those steps, you can continue to the next season. Upon entering the next season, I like to confirm that the player that we've been watching in our shortlist did in fact retire. The easiest way to do this is by simply searching the player's name, and what we'll be looking for is that the player does not show up in the search, as this indicates the player has been removed from the game. The next step will be to find the player's regen, and we'll be using the information that we noted earlier to adjust our search filters accordingly. To use Ronaldo as an example, you would set his position to left wing, his nationality to Portugal, his minimum age to 16, his maximum age to 19, and his league to La Liga Santander. Due to the fact that these are fairly unique filters, only one player fully fits this description, so there's a strong chance that this is Ronaldo's regen. I would recommend adding any generated players that show up in the search to your shortlist in order to better keep track of them. Occasionally, regens will end up in the free agent section, so if you're unable to find a regen within the league that the original player retired in, make sure to have a look in the free agents. There are a few more details that we can review to further confirm our belief that this is in fact Ronaldo's regen. The first piece of information is the player's positions. These positions will exactly match the original player, so oftentimes this method will rule out potential candidates that fulfilled the previous requirements. If after following this technique you still can't determine who the true regen is, you can review the potential status of the player in question. For example, I know Ronaldo's regen is going to have a high potential, so the has potential to be special status is exactly what we're looking for. Since the regen has just joined their club, you won't be able to approach to buy straight away. However, you can attempt to approach the player on loan, but they may or may not be interested in joining your club at this time. If the regen is not willing to relocate, you may need to build up the prestige of your club before pursuing the regen. If for whatever reason you're unhappy with the regen that you've scouted, you can always go back to the save that you created just before the original player retired and repeat this process until you have a regen that you're happy with. That'll bring an end to this tutorial, and you should now be able to scout regens in your own career mode saves. I want to thank you guys for watching this video and hope that you did find it helpful. If there are any specific tutorials that you would like to see in the future, make sure to leave a comment with those suggestions. But that will be all from me. Until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you again soon.